Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are ready to deploy again. However, I did want to make one quick address here. Let me actually tab out of the game. I wanted to address one thing that I noticed in the changelog recently. Let me hop over to display capture and show you here. And you can see here that, they rolled back this change because it broke turrets apparently. They nerfed railguns a little, that's probably a good thing, but it's actually not in the changelog. But what I noticed was in the configuration options, I believe the new configuration option, I'm not 100% on this, but I believe this is the new configuration option. Select enemy support lance chance reduction. Now I left it at the default, which is normal reduction. Reduce chance to spawn additional enemy lances if player lance is under strength. Now, that's maybe not necessarily a good thing in certain situations. Most of the time, though, especially when you're on difficulty by company strength, I think this is a really, really good thing. So that's wonderful. I just wanted to mention that and say that, no, I don't want to wipe the mod install directory. Thank you. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I was saying that is overall, I think, a good change, especially when the difficulty is based on company strength. So let's go ahead and hop into the command center then. We're ready to deploy, and I would like to deploy to something a little more complicated. Maybe something like this. It's an escort. I think we're good. Sit at 521? Yeah, I think this is absolutely fine. I think that we don't bring the Raven. I kind of am leaning against bringing the Firestarter here. We just bring the Centurion and the Blackjack, and we see how it goes with the Blackjack. This is by no means the final version of the Blackjack, but I think LaFay driving the Blackjack is actually perfectly fine. I'm reasonably content with this. So let's go ahead and deploy that. Yes, I know Darius thinks that. However, that apparently reduces the odds of there being a secondary lance at this point, so sure. I guess we'll go with it. Now, even if there was a secondary enemy lance, I still don't think we'd have an issue. And note that it doesn't make it so that there isn't an enemy secondary lance, it just reduces the likelihood of it. So it just makes it a little bit more fair when you're under strength, which is one of the things that I was actually most concerned about when in the last campaign I changed that to be by planet rating. And the reason I did that was because I was thinking, what if we're running backup mechs? We have like full assaults, but our backup mechs are a mix of heavies and mediums. That is going to be a bit of a problem. At any rate, we need to escort the convoy to safety and escape. We've had reports of pirate activity near one of our outlying bases. Unfortunately, we already have a supply convoy in the field, and it will be easy prey for a force of mechs. We need you to rendezvous with the convoy and protect it while it's being evacuated. Not much to say, Commander. Constar made a tactical fumble, and we're going to bail them out. So yeah, I feel like that change assuages that fear that I just spoke of, where we're not fielding our best mechs because they're under repair. We can land literally anywhere. Okay. I'm not going to land over here, I'm going to land up here. But we can field our not best mechs and have a decent chance of success because of that. I'm going to actually land up here. It's reasonably clear. Okay, so we know that we need to just make it up to the capture zone. In terms of where we're actually going, it's almost certainly going to be down this road. And I'm going to go ahead and spawn this, I think, immediately. We just need to let the scimitar get calculated. There we go. So it's going to be down this way, I think. So there's the Comstar convoy. Excellent. We, of course, control them. Yep, they're off over here. We see a Warrior H7C out there, but we don't really see anything else. We're going to sprint up with our Stiletto. And we're going to sprint up with our Vulcan as well. And we're just going to try to move fairly slowly with the convoy for now. Jenner isn't too bad. Scorpion isn't too bad. Okay. The Centurion is going to sprint up to here, and we'll see what we've got for LRM odds. 16.9 and 10.4. Given these odds, I think we go for the Warrior, and we don't fire Follow the Leader missiles here. Okay, 15 damage, we'll take it. It's not great. Is it just me, or did those chaff countermeasures not fire? I think they may not have. We may have to toggle them on. I'm not 100% okay, or not 100% sure about that. What is the armament of this? MRMs and mediums? Okay. I think we'll position right up here.
Pedal to the metal.
And we'll just potshot this guy with the MRMs.
Got it.
Sure. There's a Blackjack out there? That is not the Omni variant. Okay.
What can
Sounds
I do
good.
for ya?
This is the same loadout, so we'll just move up here and once again potshot that Warrior.
Here we go.
We've done a lot of armor damage to the Warrior. That's great. And at this point, our Blackjack is going to be the one to move forward. We're going to sprint it up. Yeah, that doesn't help our hit odds all that much. But we'll go ahead and go for this guy with the Longfire LRM. A little bit of damage, sure.
Ready to get it
Our
on.
Scimitar will also come on up. And once again, we're going to go for this helicopter with our standard LRMs, not Deadfire. Good armor reductions there.
Waiting on
This
you,
Prowler
Commander.
has... This is not necessarily ideal armament. And we'll just position here.
Coordinates received.
And we'll have to fire the MML. Yeah. Structure exposure, okay.
Waiting for orders.
And this one is actually in a similar position. We'll position it here.
Got it. Max speed, no shooting.
Can't fire the cannon, but we can fire the MML.
Special delivery.
And that's a pilot ejection. We will take that.
Receiving you.
Okay, our Stiletto is going to close in over here. We want our mechs to overtake our vehicles here, ideally.
No target.
And this Scorpion is, I think, not worth firing on right now.
I've got your back.
The Vulcan is going to close in over here, and it
Aye, aye.
may take a pot shot. Yeah, I think we'll take a pot shot with the Ultra AC. We didn't get anything, but that's okay. No worries.
That's a clean miss.
Indeed it is. And there may also be another Lance once we arrive at the escort zone. I wouldn't be super surprised
What can I
about
do
that.
you for?
The Centurion is going to close in over here, and we're going to fire on the Scorpion. That LRM-20. Good armor shred there. I'm pretty happy with that one.
I
Next,
hear
our
ya.
Prowler is going to move up. I'm not in any rush here to make
Don't
it to
need to
the
tell me
escort
twice.
zone. We're just going to move up here and fire the MML at the Scorpion. Another good set of hits there, actually.
Good to go.
We'll take it. And we're going to move up with the Sleipnir as well, and we'll position
way.
here. We can fire the MRM,
Uh-huh.
and so we shall. 20 damage. Not the best,
Waiting for
but not
orders.
awful. I think here will work for the
Got it.
Prowler. And once again, we'll fire that MML. Another good set of armor reduction there.
Moving by.
I like it. The Blackjack is going to move up. We do have that Longfire LRM. That's great. And this would be hot loaded. I don't want to do hot load. All we have is the standard ammo. That's right.
On.
We didn't really have any of the other types of ammo that I wanted. Structure exposure there, but not a destruction.
Orders.
We're going to come over here with the Scimitar, though, and the Scimitar is going to go for the kill. And this probably will kill it, actually. We could go with Deadfire LRMs, and I'm going to. Kaboom.
One more for the trash.
Fantastic.
What can I do
Okay,
for
so
you?
this tank is just going to slowly
Moving out.
move forward a little bit. We'll see what their Jenner and their Blackjack do. Okay. Blackjack shoots, Blackjack misses. Jenner, let's see what it does. Bold. Very bold.
Nothing I can't handle.
Perhaps too bold. In fact. We're going to take the stiletto up over here. I would love to, yes, a rear arc kick and light him up with the rockets. This is probably a kill on the Jenner, in all honesty.
Move order received.
Especially with that kick hitting, it's over. The Jenner's dead. Kaboom!
Tango down. I am out.
Okay,
of
the Vulcan
FRM.
is going to sprint forward here. Its goal is to be a bit of a distraction and also fire those caseless Ultra AC5s on the Blackjack. That is a hit, not too
Commander.
shabby. We're going to move up with our Centurion, and I am going to sprint it.
Full speed, no shoot.
We're going to fire that LRM-20. Okay, he's got AMS. Noted.
I hear
That
ya.
is completely okay. No worries there. Is this going to be too far? This is not too far. That's too far. Okay, so we'll position it there
Sprinting.
and hit him as best you can.
Roger that. Firing on target.
24 damage. Actually, I think that was 27
Waiting on you,
damage. That'll be fine. We'll move up with the Prowler and we'll fire that MML.
Tell me what to shoot.
Just a little bit of damage there, not too much. The other Prowler will come up and also fire the MML, but we can actually fire the T-Sump cannon. And what does that actually do? I guess we're going to find out.
Got it.
Okay, it's basically just a PPC, but it has additional impairment modifiers and a heat generation component to it.
Go.
Interesting. We're going to close in as much as we can with the Blackjack. We'll go ahead and get direct LOS here. Light him up. The Bombast laser misses. We're not shocked by this. But that's some good missile damage coming in.
Good to go.
Yeah, we're a little heavy on the missile damage. I've been thinking about that. Unfortunately, we just don't really have anything else other than the missile damage right now. We're going to move in the Scimitar over here, and we'll try to hit this guy's rear arc, but we're probably not going to do too much. Yeah, that's fine.
Waiting on you, Commander.
This guy will move on up, and we'll position here.
Moving out.
Sure, that'll be fine. We did not hit with either laser, but that's still a structure exposure. We'll see what he does. Fires on the Scimitar and misses everything. He barely moved as well.
Mech warrior. Show 'em what you
Interesting. Our Centurion is going to step up over here,
got. Be there in a jiff.
and we'll fire our LRM-20 into this guy. Yes, he will pop his AMS, but that's fine. We don't care.
How can I help?
Our Vulcan is going to sprint in as much as possible. I'd like a direct LOS, an unobstructed LOS, but this is unfortunately the best we've got right now. Okay, 40 damage, we'll take it.
Let's do this.
The Stiletto is going to sprint its way over here. I'm not going to fire the other bolt-on eye rocket, reason being I want to save that for if there is another lance. We'll fire the SRM-6, make this guy a little bit unhappy. And then we will move up over this way with this tank. Can we get into LOS? We can, but we have to go here.
Going turbo.
And that's okay. We'll go ahead and do that.
All weapons are go.
That was not bad.
When I shoot you, you'll
That
take
Blackjack's
it
pretty
and
dead,
I
actually.
hear ya.
I don't think he has a way out of this one. We're going to position up here with the Prowler, and we're going to have to fire the MML indirect. Which is not ideal, but that's still 15 armor damage. We'll take it.
Receiving you.
Our Scimitar is going to come back around into this rear arc, and actually I'm going to position, like, I want to position further than this, but this is unfortunately the best we can do. We're going to have to fire with the SRM-2s. I really wish that this wasn't an LRM, that this was like an MRM on this. This would be a much, much better loadout. But as it is, we still got some internal damage, a heatsink destruction, and a knockdown on the Blackjack, so we'll take it. And he ejected. Perfect.
What can I do for you?
Okay, so we're going to make our way up to
Got it.
the escort point.
Good to go.
at this point, and we're going to try to close our mechs in around it, which is the reason why I'm not actually sprinting with the vehicles. We've now exited combat. That's perfect. We're going to move up with our mechs as best we can. And I guess at this point, we'll just park right outside of the escort zone in hopes of everything being able to get there. This is flames on the way. I'm going to move the scimitar off over here.
No problem. On my way.
And once again, we will position just outside here. This is all distance from convoy. That's okay. We'll move up to here and up to here. And the Prowler can go to there.
On my way.
And then next round, we can enter if we want to, or we can let our mechs close in a little bit more. I think it'll be okay to enter, actually. We've got 2 mechs out over here, plus our scimitar. So let's go ahead and do that. Yep, more contacts. We're not shocked by this.
Position, Commander. The package will be on its way soon.
Okay. Ooh, the Prowler can't quite make it in there. I thought it could.
Coordinates received.
Whoops.
Don't need to tell me twice.
And this Prowler is calculating right now. There we go. So that one can get in there. Dropship comes in. That's okay. We can get it in next round, and then these guys will all evac at exactly the right time. So that's perfectly fine. Now I'm seeing a Locust, a Scimitar, which is, I believe, our Scimitar. A Locust, a Mantis, and a Vulcan. I'm just going to get into position here. I am, however, going to Vigilance our Stiletto because I believe it is a little bit overextended right now. Let's see who they move. It is the Mantis. The Mantis does not fire.
Talk to me.
Fascinating. They're currently, I think, calculating where the Vulcan can move, or the Vulcan is stuck there until the Leopard takes off. One or the other. The Vulcan may be stuck there until the Leopard takes off. Let's just go ahead and fire... Actually, we can't. Can we turn? Yeah, we can turn anyway. And I'm going to Vigilance because we have no evasive pips. And I guess we'll just pot shot on this Locust. If we hit, we'll do a lot of damage.
Right.
Okay, sure. Locust moves up. Melees our tank, and it does hit it. Fires those bolt-ons, but it looks okay.
Hey, I'm getting my ass kicked here.
You're fine.
Something I can do.
So our Centurion is going to sprint up as much as it can. It's a little bit out of LOS right now, and I would like to drop missiles on this Locust. Yeah, it's out of LOS. Yeah, they have AMS. Okay, good to know.
Damn it.
That Locust has AMS. Okay, we can
Waiting on
definitely
you,
make
Commander.
use of that. So we can't move this guy. And MRMs do not fire indirect. So, that's it for that. Sounds good. Vulcan moves up. Does not fire.
Ready for
Sure. We're going to run up with the
Got
Blackjack
it.
and get as close as we can, and probably also fire missiles on that Locust. Technically, our hit odds are twice as good on the Vulcan. Okay. We'll get a little bit of Vulcan damage in there, no big deal.
Commander.
At this point, the Scimitar is going to step in perhaps here, behind that Locust, and we'll see if we can light up his rear arc. That is a lot of damage to a Locust rear arc.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Excellent.
Waiting for orders.
This guy can't be moved, but what we can do is nothing. Perfect.
I hear ya.
This one can't be moved, but what we can do is we can lob a couple of LRMs at the Vulcan.
Time to die.
And that's what we're going to do. We do not hit with them, but that's okay.
Hey, stand still when I'm attacking you.
And then you can't move.
What can I do for
You, on the other hand, can position here
I read you, Commander.
and fire the
Moving out.
MMLs at, say, once again, the Vulcan, looks like.
Uh-huh.
And that's another 12 damage.
Objective
Okay.
is secured, Commander.
And off goes our convoy. Fantastic. And now it's just us and these 3 units. Should not be a big deal.
Yes.
The Stiletto moves now, and I would love to see the Stiletto come in for a rear arc melee on this Vulcan. Unfortunately, it's not currently an option, so we're going to come around over here and we'll do that next round. We'll just fire the SRM-6 for now. And we'll see what they decide to do about that. This is our Mantis that moves right now. On the Centurion, huh? Well, the Centurion doesn't care, so that's fine.
Talk to me.
The Vulcan, at this point, definitely comes into the rear arc of the Mantis and gives it a good kick. Now, if we miss this kick, we're almost guaranteed to miss the Ultra Autocannon. If we hit the kick, that will improve our hit odds dramatically, but I'm not necessarily expecting that we hit the kick. Yeah, there we go. So we almost certainly miss the Autocannon. Yep. Even so, we did get an engine crit and an ER small laser destruction there. That is not bad. Locust firing on the Vulcan. Those rockets that Locust has through armor damage, but I believe it's out of those now, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. I do want to position the Centurion over in this side arc here, although I want to be a little bit further back for the rotary rifle.
No problem.
Okay. And let's go ahead and fire on this Mantis, shall we? We can fire this in X4 mode, X5, X6. I think we'll fire this guy in X6 mode. Okay, no real damage there. Oh yeah, and those aren't AMS at all. That's just a chaff cloud. Right, I'm a moron. Well, we already knew that. That's okay. We're going to move in the Scimitar right here. Hit odds aren't going to be great. Actually, hit odds are better than I expected on the Locust. It does have heavy AMS, but it kind of doesn't matter. We did a lot to it there. That Locust is barely hanging on. Vulcan moves and fires on our Vulcan. Sure, armor holds. We don't mind. Next up is, of course, our Blackjack, which can move up to this position, or we can sprint up to clear LOS, and that's what we're going to do. And we will fire on that Mantis's side arc, and we don't have any other weapon type, or rather ammo types. That's okay. That's pretty good side arc damage there. We'll accept that.
Good to go.
At this point, the Stiletto moves up behind the Vulcan and goes for the bolt-on eye rocket rear arc attack. We'll see how this goes. Hit odds are not the best. We did not hit the melee attack, so that does not improve our odds. Okay. Even so, that's still not the worst.
I am out of short-range missiles.
Indeed you are. And now the Mantis and the Vulcan can both move, and we'll see how they decide to. Now, the Stiletto does not have any evasive pips, and they should have gone for the Stiletto rather than the Scimitar here with the Mantis. I feel like that was a big misplay. To the point where we can actually move into rear arc of this guy.
Fall in behind me.
Like so. And light him up. I mean, that wasn't great in terms of hits, but we did destroy a double heat sink. We'll take it.
That is a lesson.
And then their Vulcan is going to move. If they're clever, they're not. Okay. Well, going for the Stiletto is the right play here, but I would have just walked behind the Stiletto and done a rear arc melee attack. That's what I would have done there.
Commander.
Blackjack is going to make its way forward here. It's definitely overheating with just firing the... Well, it's overheating with firing the bombast laser is what it's doing. I think we're going to go for the Locust here and see if we can trigger a pilot ejection. This would give us a slight overheat, but that's okay. That's a knockdown on that Locust. Okay, I was hoping that that knockdown would actually kill it, but it has 2 HP left in that rear center torso.
Receiving you.
Our Centurion is going to come forward, though, and we are going to just tear into that Locust with our rotary rifle on X6 mode. There we go.
Target eliminated.
One dead locust, and now Scrub is going to come over here. I do want to position, like, here, behind the Mantis. Now, we have been hitting this Mantis in its rear arc, but our hit odds aren't great.
Target for an alpha strike.
That was some decent armor shred in that rear arc, though. So the Mantis moves now, and then their Vulcan moves in phase 11. So this should be okay. He is going to go for the stiletto there, and that is the right move. That is absolutely what he should do.
Reporting internal damage.
Including moving where he did, although if he could get a kick off there, he should have.
Waiting for orders.
The stiletto is now going to come into the rear arc of the Vulcan. Is this rear arc? I have no idea where rear arc is. No, this is front arc. This is rear arc here. And we're going to punch the Vulcan. We missed the punch, which is sad because we had good hit odds on that.
Negative damage. Repeat. Negative
That
damage.
said, we still managed to do some damage with our missiles, and that's good.
You've got my attention.
The Vulcan is going to come up here and absolutely go for the kick on that Mantis. We accept this overheat as well.
Aye, aye. To hell with the
We're getting bad rolls on these melee attacks, but that's okay. We don't necessarily expect these to hit. We are definitely getting some good rear arc damage in there. And the question is, ooh, the Centurion can get into the rear arc of the Vulcan. I like that a lot. Fire on that guy in, I think, X3 mode. Based on these hit chances. Yes.
Firing a full spout.
Okay. That's going to be a knockdown on that Vulcan, right?
I'm out of short-range missiles.
I'm actually shocked that that's not a knockdown on that Vulcan. Okay.
Receiving you.
Our Blackjack is going to sprint forward here, but otherwise take the turn off for heat sink purposes.
Commander.
And Scrub, I want to come up here-ish. I guess actually over here and finish that Vulcan. Yeah, finish the Vulcan. Make sure he doesn't move again. Perfect.
Enemy down.
Next up, that Mantis.
Commander.
The stiletto is going to come up here and rear arc kick. We're probably not going to hit, but that Mantis does not have any rear damage in its torso, or rear armor in its torso, rather. Okay, only one missile hit there, but that's actually kind of better than I expected. Now, the Mantis is probably going to attack our stiletto. Okay. Why go for the scimitar here, though? I mean, sure, we're in a mineral field, but... And then he turns his mask on after moving?
Talk to me.
Okay, I have some questions. Now, we can't sprint the Vulcan, but what we can do is we can come down here, not fire the Ultra AC-5, and... not really fire much of anything. We'll just swing a kick to see if we can make him unsteady. We can't. That's okay. We were overheated, and there is a lot of fire around here, so that's fine.
Yes, Commander.
Our Centurion will close in over here,
Coordinates received.
and I kind of feel like we fire the ultralight rotary in no mode at all, and maybe even don't fire the LRM. Just think heat. Okay.
Standing by.
The scimitar can actually get in over here, and I like this positioning.
Roger.
I wish we were a little further away for the dead fires, but it's good. I mean, ultimately, I wish that those dead fires were an SRM-6 or even better, an MRM-20. That would be amazing. But alas, they are not. So let's see what we get from salvage there. I mean, we didn't really run into anything too exciting. Maybe the Blackjack. But even then, I feel like our Omni Blackjack is far, far more flexible. 600k pay, that's not bad. We'll happily take that. A little bit of internal damage, mostly from through armor. That's fine. They want the Mantis parts, and they're offering us 3 claws, and 3 internal combustion engines, and 2 SRM-4s. I feel like I don't care. And honestly, the Comstar rep is kind of useful for us, so I'm going to accept that. Now, we could get a full Blackjack out of that. But again, I kind of don't care about that. We could potentially grab a couple of SRM6s. Those are pretty good. Some claws. I think we already have one of those, but I'll grab another one. Another advanced GC FCS? Sure. And beyond that, maybe just a medium rifle? I mean, I'm not super enthused about medium rifles, but sure. A couple of medium lasers, we will keep those around. Medium lasers are very handy. The periphery rifle, I mean, we'll keep it. We're very, very short on any sort of ballistic weaponry. We did get another claws. We'll get rid of that internal combustion engine for sure. The FCS standard, no thanks. The fusion engine, no thanks. The standard structure, no thanks. The LRM ammo we'll keep. The machine gun ammo, sure, and a couple more rounds of SRM ammo is always handy to have around, so we'll keep all of that as well. In terms of how much I think it's going to cost us to repair that, I mean, I don't think anything got crit, so realistically, I think it'll be like maybe 30k? Not very much. Overall, that was a very profitable mission. So I'm very happy about that, and we should, very soon, be able to get that third mech bay online, which is always just a huge, huge boon. Yeah, 22.5k. Do it, Yang. Absolutely. With that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to be hitting this financial report. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.